Hey, Stav. I've been a listener for a long time. Huge fan. Anyway, so I'm just wondering, my boyfriend's moving in here to my studio apartment because he's like at a certain job. His lease is ending. He wants to see if he gets another job somewhere else that he really wants before he like signs another lease in the area we live in now. And the goal is to eventually move in together and get engaged soon and all this stuff. But we're fighting because he wants to. I have a 585 square foot apartment in the middle of the city, densely populated area, and he's insisting that he needs to bring a chest freezer. I said, what furniture do you need? And today he just goes, oh, well, all I need is my chest freezer. This is 12 to 16 square feet.
I don't know what that is.
And
it's like a big ass.
Suck up my electricity.
Like when you have like.
It's like a stepdad like basement freezer.
Frozen
like,
meats and shit in a big one of those big white freezers. Yeah. I mean, maybe it's not as big, 12 to 16 feet. It's still pretty big. Yeah. 12 feet is actually.
He's a serial killer. He's going to make insane. A suit out of her skin.
Yeah.
Just something for my limbs.
It's my chest freezer. This is 12 to 16 square feet. And it's going to suck up my electricity, which isn't even the problem. The problem is I have nowhere to put it. I was like, where am I going to put your chest freezer? And he said it can go next to the couch. And I was like, I don't really want a giant freezer next to my couch. And he's like, it's not even big. Like, I don't understand why you're upset at all. Basically, like, I'm crazy. And I said, I have a freezer above my fridge. He said, it's not enough because I put too much stuff in it. I said, I'll clear my stuff out. He said, no, I need my meat. Whatever.
What?
This is ridiculous. I'm like, can you take it to your aunt and uncle's house? He's done that before. They've held on to it for him. Not a big deal. And he was like, no, I need, like, access to my meats. And I'm like, well, we could put your meats in my freezer, and then when we need to go get more, we'll go to your aunt and uncle's house. They are an hour and a half away, but we visit frequently. And he was like, no, we have to, like, have the meats in the freezer. The chest freezer that is in your studio apartment next to your couch. This is coming after insane. He looked at me the other day and said, we need to move my couch into storage and put a clothing rack in. And so just not have a couch so that he had room for his clothes. My lease is up in December. And I'm like, well, I can clear out half my closet for you, which is the only closet. So I also would only be getting half of the closet. And so I'm thinking.
This is so New York.
This is fucking insane.
And he said, I'm like, where are we going to sit down? Where are we going to watch TV? He said, well, we'll just actually switch the whole apartment around, basically, and then we could just watch TV from bed or something. I don't know.
You need to break up with the landlord.
This guy
right
sucks.
Yeah.
This guy's atrocious.
This is insane. What are you fucking talking about? It's a studio apartment. It's your apartment.
He's crashing with you for a couple months. He doesn't get to fucking rearrange everything. You're doing him the fucking favor. Sorry, go ahead, Sam.
Oh, I mean, this is the first big apartment I've lived in New York, and my girlfriend has moved so much of her fucking shoes in there, and I'm like, I'm feeling smothered in a 3-bedroom. So I can't imagine how the fuck smothered you feel.
Yeah.
You can't let him do it. It's your place. And meats? Are you fucking kidding me?
His meats that's an amazing. I need to have access to my meats is an incredible sentence.
And the idea is he's there. Let's finish it before we get in, because I don't think there's that much more.
Or something. I don't know. It's just, he's like making it kind of difficult. And so I guess, am I crazy or is he crazy? I mean, his family's very rural. And so they grew up in the middle of like the woods or whatever, and they didn't have internet. And I guess it made him kind of weird or something. But I grew up in like New York City, and why would you need a chest freezer?
Yeah, you don't.
I just don't get it. Anyway, am I crazy? He doesn't think it's a problem at all. He's confused that I'm confused.
Not in Manhattan.
Thank you.
No, he's gaslighting you.
And so, I mean, what I don't understand here is the plan. If that is the plan, right? He's going to crash with her for a couple months
until he finds another job that he might get. Also, you don't get demands when you're unemployed either. Yeah.
And I mean, I get it. It's like it's not like, you know, she said the plan is to move in together, get engaged. So it's like they are talking about the future. So it's a little more than like him crashing with her, but it's also very inconsiderate of him. He's coming to take over her space, and so she can't really be like, it's my apartment, because I guess this is step one to them sort of moving in together.
But he's telling her not to have a couch.
I agree.
A clothing rack.
I agree. No, that's the couch thing is fucking crazy. I mean, the chest thing is crazy.
What are you gonna like go into one of her jackets while you watch TV? Like, you need a couch. You need fucking furniture.
And he's like, we can watch it from the fucking from the bed. It's like you don't want to live in a hotel room.
No.
You want to fucking like you want to have your own space.
People?
Yeah, that's crazy. This is a fuck.
This is the biggest cause of breakups I think in New York is rent being so insane that you move in too soon and you're like, I can't. You're making me crazy.
Yeah,
I'm in a prison cell with another person.
Yeah, and he's really trying to turn this into a prison cell. I mean,
yeah, it starts with the chest freezer. Then what next? He needs this fucking bench press in there too.
I know. Chest freezer's crazy.
Also, a man.
It's a fucking studio apartment. You can't have that, man. You just can't. Yeah, I want a bigger fucking kitchen. I can't have it. It's a fucking New York apartment.
And the fact that he's bringing in a clothing rack, to me, I mean, I'm sure I'll get shit for saying this, but no straight man.
There we go.
I'm sorry. The larger issue
Fellas,
here is that he might not want to be inside you. I've had every possible argument.
Queen with his shirts.
It's like, and then I've got to bring my ring trays and how will it all fit? No, I can't come unless I have space for my velvet robe and my hat boxes.
Velvet robe is pretty straight though. That's like Hugh Hefner.
Yeah, it kind of turns all the way around and is straight again. Because gay guys need like active robes. They're doing so much sex.
That's true.
The velvet robe is really more of a plush, naked thing.
It's more of a hangout.
Gay guys need a robe material that can be very easily washed.
A waffle robe, if you will.
I won't come without my necklace tree.
How much? That's a lot of meat too. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, he is being ridiculous because if this is so important to him, then this can't be the plan. If this is so important to him, then he needs to sublet or do a long-term rental of a place where he has more space. If the plan is studio apartment, you have to live in a studio apartment. You can't have your fucking weird suburban style of living in a studio apartment. You have to just accept that that's what you're doing. And if he wants to save money, that's fine, but it's like that's the downside. And so I don't know. This is weird because this would be so frustrating if someone just is not willing to budge. If he's like I can't. If somebody said that, dude, if you wanted to put a fucking chest freezer here, I'd be like, no, what the fuck are you talking about? And yeah, this is a 3-bedroom.
Oh, dude, I am so conscious with space. Just growing up in Manhattan, people would get me like gifts, and I'd be like, fuck you. Where am I gonna put this? Until this apartment. For years, someone gives you like. My mom would get me a thing. I'd be like, where am I supposed to put that shit? It's like
a sculpture.
Yeah, it's like a fuck you when someone gives you shit when you live in Manhattan. It's aggressive.
Yeah.
It's just aggressive.
Yeah.
And if this is and by the way, if this is why you break up, then you weren't supposed to be together.
For sure. That's another
imagine
good
telling
point.
the story to anybody. It was between me and a test freezer. And he chose the test freezer.
I believe it's chest freezer.
Chest, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I've never heard of this, by the way.
There's other ways to get protein, too. If you're like some workout guy, have a fucking protein shake for 2 months.
But
she said he's rural. I feel like they've had access to like some farm meats or something crazy.
For sure. They're probably good quality meats. I get that. But I also get the desire. But I have like in Baltimore, I do have a chest freezer. I have shit in there, and there's more space. There's less space here, but it's like I can't live that way here because I'm in fucking New York, and I'm in a pretty big apartment.
So a chest freezer is what?
It's just a freezer. It's just
okay.
Look at
It's like a giant freezer.
It's one of those it's literally what serial killers put body parts in. That kind of shit.
Okay. That is big.
It's probably one of those more rectangular
I got a
ones.
solution. Put cushions.
Oh my god, it is. It's that. Yeah,
and then put.
That's your couch.
Yeah, and make this your couch.
Not a bad.
We solved it.
I mean, okay, if we actually want to try some level of fucking compromise here, you could get. She says he has a 15-foot. That's insane. But there's a 5 cubic foot one where you could almost use it like a fucking. You put like a blanket over it and you fucking use it as an end table or some shit like that.
Yeah.
There's maybe something, you can get a smaller freezer, but there in no way can this motherfucker bring in a 15 cubic foot.
No, that's crazy.
That's fucking nuts.
I mean, if this is your couch, he will have room for his tiaras.
So anyway, good luck.
It's insane.
It's a weird one.
Yeah. It's truly a crazy thing.